Jude Law steps into one of the most controversial roles of his career, and the timing couldn't be more provocative. At this year's Venice Film Festival, Law unveiled his transformation into Russian President Vladimir Putin in Olivier Assayas' politically charged drama, The Wizard of the Kremlin. The film, which had its world premiere on Sunday, is already stirring debate, not just for its subject matter, but for the boldness of its execution. Known for his fearless approach to complex characters made it clear he didn't take on the role lightly. "I wasn't naive going into this," he said, emphasizing his trust in director Assayas. "I knew Olivier would handle the story with intelligence and sensitivity. We weren't chasing controversy just to make headlines." To embody Putin, Law underwent a dramatic physical transformation using prosthetics. But he insists his portrayal isn't meant to define the man. "Putin is just one thread in a much larger tapestry," Law explained. "This isn't a biopic. It's a broader exploration of power and influence. The film is based on Giuliano da Empoli's best-selling novel of the same name, which fictionalizes Putin's ascent through the eyes of Vadim Baranov, a shadowy Kremlin advisor, played by Paul Dano. Set against the backdrop of post-Soviet Russia from the early 1990s through 2014, the story dives deep into the murky waters of political manipulation and media control. Baranov's character draws inspiration from real-life strategist Vladislav Surkov, widely credited with engineering Russia's tightly managed political system. Surkov resigned from his role as deputy prime minister in 2013, but his legacy looms large in the film's narrative. Dano described his character as the true wizard, the man behind the curtain, casting spells of influence and illusion. "He's the one shaping the narrative from the shadows," Dano said. "It's about the unseen forces that shape our world." But here's where it gets controversial. The film arrives amid Russia's ongoing war in Ukraine, now entering its third year. With no ceasefire in sight and diplomatic efforts faltering, the film's themes feel eerily timely. Assayas doesn't shy away from this parallel. "This is a story about how modern politics, the politics of the 21st century, came to be," he said. "And what's happening now is terrifying, especially because we still don't have answers." Although da Empoli's book predates the full-scale invasion of Ukraine, he believes its relevance has only grown. "It was written about an earlier era," he noted, "but the dynamics are still playing out today." The Wizard of the Kremlin also marks Assayas' first English-language feature. Known for acclaimed works like Clouds of Sils Maria and Personal Shopper, Alicia Vikander, who previously worked with him on Irma Vep, joins the cast as Baranov's morally grounded, on-again, off-again partner. Her role, according to Assayas, represents a counterbalance, a symbol of freedom in a world dominated by male power games. Vikander herself highlighted the gender dynamics at play. "It's a story full of men in closed rooms," she said. But Olivier wanted to show the women who exist in that world too, not just as accessories, but as moral anchors. Filming took place in Latvia, as shooting in Russia was not feasible. Assayas emphasized that the film isn't about glorifying power or depicting a single man's rise. "It's not a portrait of Putin," he wrote in his director's statement. "It's a meditation on the toxic nature of modern politics, the lies, the manipulation, the illusion of control." He added, "This isn't a political film in the traditional sense. It's a film about politics itself and how its twisted methods have entrapped us all." The film is competing for top honors at Venice alongside titles like Frankenstein, Bugonia, The Voice of Hind Rajab, La Grazia, and No Other Choice. Winners will be announced Saturday. As for its North American release, no date has been confirmed yet, but actor Jeffrey Wright, who plays the journalist chronicling Baranov's story, made a passionate case for why Americans need to see it. "Even in our darkest chapters, America believed it could be better," Wright said. "If we lose that belief, we risk becoming the very thing this film warns against." So here's the question. Is this film a necessary wake-up call or a dangerously sympathetic portrayal of authoritarian power? Let's talk about it. Do you think The Wizard of the Kremlin is shedding light on uncomfortable truths or blurring the lines too much? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear your take.